Guys, you know, I feel like when I cover sensitive topics and I'm live streaming, it's, you know, it can be a little stressful because you never want to like say the wrong thing. So I always appreciate you guys kind of like walking with me while I talk through sensitive topics and not like playing semantics if I ever verbalize anything incorrectly. But we're gonna take a little minute here and talk about the Gabby Petito case. Just a lot of people have been saying, cover this. Boze, when are you gonna cover this? When are you gonna do this? I'm gonna cover it right now. This is an ongoing case. It's an ongoing case that just broke. And there's not a whole lot of information out there. What I'm really like frustrated by are the number of creators that are capitalizing on covering Gabby Petito's story clearly for views. You guys have probably noticed I didn't post anything until yesterday when supposedly they may have found her body. And even so, when I did, I kind of posted, hey, for you guys that are interested in this case, here's some information to look for that might slowly come out. I don't have a problem at all with people that are in like Facebook groups or TikTok or anything that are like, oh, this happened, da 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 da. It's been happening for years, it's always gonna happen. What I have a problem with are TikTok creators that are doing 20-hour live streams promoting it as like hashtag find Gabby, hottest updates on the Gabby Petito case. You are not a news source. You do not have the hottest updates. You are using this case for views. And if you are sitting on TikTok live for 20 hours waiting for a tweet to come out or a press update to come out about this girl's life just so you can say it on live and get more viewers, you. And first of all, I'm not going to be a creator that covers this because I don't have any information that's not already out there on the press. So if I cover this, I am basically using information that you guys can get from any news source that already exists and using it for my own personal gain. On top of this, every creator that acts like a little detective that like they're going to solve this case, honey, if you guys knew a goddamn thing about crime or court cases, you would know that if Gabby was actually killed in this park, it is now a federal case because it's government property. When it's a federal case, we don't get any details as the public. We don't get any information on federal cases. So I'm very frustrated, and creators that are putting the pieces together and da-da-da-da, here's the information from Gabby's social media, here's this, here's that. There's bringing awareness, and then there's feeding information to their defense attorneys. If you actually care about this case and you give a shit, stop digging stuff up and putting it online for them. Because if I was the criminal defense attorney for Brian Laundrie right now, I would pay some 20-year-old kid $30 to comb through every social media thing that you guys have been posting, the creators, and say, hey, give me all the shit that they posted. Did you even think about that by putting out that information that you're helping the defense, the criminal defense attorneys? And then everyone's like, oh, we need to put pressure on this. We need to make it a big social issue so that he's found or he goes to jail or something like that. Guys, the way that this case is gonna play out is really gross. We've seen it before. What do criminal defense attorneys do? They take the situation and they spin it in their client's favor. So this means that when Brian came home, his attorneys got on this right away and they wanted him to say nothing, because by him saying nothing, they now have a palette to create whatever defense they want. And right now, there are two really strong ones I see. They could say, yeah, oh, Brian went out there and they got into a fight and then he left her and he went back and he couldn't find her and he doesn't know what happened. Or, based on the body cam footage a lot of us saw before, they are going to try to paint Gabby as the aggressor. There's a lot of different angles that the defense can do, and until we as the public have a clear path to help, which we don't, I have a lot of feelings about this, but let me just show you some of the stuff that I saw just like across the board. Here is a statement from their attorney after possibly the body was found. I am making a personal request to members of the press and news media to refrain from contacting the Schmidt and Petito family. That's her stepfather and her family. Due to today's developments, we are asking the press and news media to have some decorum and sensitivity for Gabby's family and allow them to grieve. I will be in contact with you when Gabby's family is ready to make a public statement. So per the family, if you are a TikTok or YouTube or whatever creator, put your phone down. Put it down. There's no information that you're putting out that is not in Washington Post, that is not on the Twitter trending moments, that is not on this. And if you're taking every single one of those moments and posting live tweets, you're doing it for likes. If you're on live on TikTok for 20 hours, you're doing it for likes and more people. Oh my God, the most disgusting one I saw was this guy doing all these stories about Gabby, but then in between, he would just be posting his little funny meme TikToks. You, dude. There's a lot of new true crime content creators, I think, that will be here soon. And here's my thing. I've been doing true crime online for about 6 years or so, and I've been really into this as an entire topic for 10 or 11 years. If you are going to become a true crime content creator, first of all, you need to figure out what is your purpose in creating this content. You must have a purpose for everything you do, but if you're telling these types of sensitive stories, have a reason why, and have a good reason why. I tell these stories because as a person that deals with PTSD on a regular basis and trauma, and I think that trauma is a massive epidemic that isn't talked about enough, I pick stories of normal people that snapped due to their trauma or circumstances or environment, because my hope is that people might see something in themselves that they want to work on. And I see it all the time in the comments. That's why I do this. That's why I love to do it. And I also like to shine a light on bad behavior and manipulative people. And I think you guys can see that all of the content I do is through that vessel. I'm not just gonna say, oh yeah, here's this hot case that I don't have any information on. Let me do a whole thing about it, dude. That, man. Yeah, I was real frustrated by some of this stuff. Let me show you some other stuff. This girl. Who the f*** is this? This girl is just this is the girl that she made an entire TikTok account because she said that she ran into Brian Laundrie and picked him up. If you think you picked up a murderer after they killed someone, do not post the evidence and information online. Why would you do this? If you cared about her, you would give this information quietly to the police to do something with it, because you know they will, because they're all over this case right now. Sometimes the police don't follow up with shit, but they're following it up on this one right now. So the minute that this woman posted this information, where Brian Laundrie was, what he was wearing, what he was doing, you just gave all of that to their defense team. And now they can talk their way out of it because they know what you know. If this is true, single-handedly half of the investigation. I'm so mad about this, dude. She did it for clout. And how true. Help find Gabby. Here's the GoFundMe. Here's this. I saw him. Go to the police, man. And then I want to show you guys also. Oh my God. What is this? What is this? Why are people making shareable text posts for Gabby Petito? Why? What is this? Cops know more than they're saying. An anti-vaxxer wrote this. He's not missing. He's hiding. These are the same type of people that were typing some justice for Cameron Herron shit. Jesus Christ. There's so much. There's seriously so much. Here's another thing too that I don't think people realize. This one's really sensitive, but I'm gonna say it anyways. When you have a large uprising in one area, so we have all of these people coming in and supporting and saying, fine, Gabby, this is serious. She was murdered by her boyfriend. This was an abusive relationship. This was just retweeted and posted by Court TV. This says, breaking, 911 call released regarding the argument between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie on August 12th. Caller says the gentleman was slapping the girl and they ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her. You know exactly what's about to happen, guys? There is about to be an army of incels, and it's gonna be a whole back and forth between whether Gabby or whether Brian was the abuser or the aggressor. They're putting like this already out. There's another video of her where the body cam footage where she's talking about stuff. Everyone is about to get a whirlwind of information, and I'm staying the out of it. I'm watching what's happening. I am calling out fucking creators that are just using this for clicks on things. And I encourage you guys, if you see anyone exploiting this story that has no pertinent information, no purpose, no reason for doing that at all, call them out and don't participate in the community sleuthing. Basically, there's a lot going on. Every major national news source, Court TV, everyone is covering this. If you are, trying to get some followers on TikTok because there's a true crime trend, you, dude. that. I just, yeah, it's just really gross. Super, super gross. I apologize if that's not the take that you guys were looking for, but yeah, there's a lot going on. Those are my thoughts. Thank you for listening. That is my current coverage of the case. But above all, you guys are going to be really surprised if all of this stuff gets sealed and it's a federal case.